U.S. stock markets fell sharply ahead of the Memorial Day weekend after President Donald Trump announced potential tariffs targeting the European Union and Apple. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped by 256 points, or 0.61%. The S&P 500 declined by 39 points, or 0.67%, and the Nasdaq Composite fell by 188 points, or 1%. Despite the decline, all three indices have shown strong gains over the past month. Bond yields initially fell but recovered to remain above 4.5%. The U.S. dollar index slipped by 0.6%, heading toward a weekly loss of 1.8%. In contrast, precious metals surged, with gold climbing nearly 2% to over $3,360 per ounce, and silver gaining 1.2%. In a post on Truth Social, Trump declared he would implement a 50% tariff on the European Union effective the 1st of June. He claimed trade talks with the EU were unproductive and accused the bloc of exploiting the United States. Trump stated he is not interested in negotiating a deal at this time. The U.S. goods trade deficit with the EU grew to over $235 billion last year, while European markets reacted negatively, with Germany's DAX falling 1.54%, France's CAC 40 dropping 1.65%, and the UK's FTSE losing 0.24%. Analysts such as Comerica's Eric Thiel believe the EU-focused tariffs may have a smaller impact compared to those on Asian economies that supply the tech sector. Additionally, Trump threatened to place a minimum 25% tariff on Apple, criticizing the company for manufacturing iPhones outside the U.S. Apple's shares dropped more than 3% in pre-market trading and are down 17% this year. Trump emphasized that iPhones sold in the U.S. should be produced domestically, not in India or other countries. Analysts warned that relocating iPhone production to the U.S. could significantly raise costs. Dan Ives of Wedbush estimated a U.S.-made iPhone could cost around $3,500, which would be financially unfeasible. Despite past flexibility shown by the administration, Trump reiterated his firm stance on pushing companies toward American manufacturing. Trump's administration has already initiated several tariff actions. In early April, he announced a 20% blanket tariff on the EU, later adjusting it to a 10% duty with a 90-day pause. A new trade agreement with the UK is also in progress, and U.S. officials recently negotiated a temporary tariff reduction with China. Trump continues to frame these trade moves as essential for restoring fairness and achieving national greatness. He mentioned that he has helped Apple CEO Tim Cook in the past, but remains committed to policies that prioritize U.S. manufacturing. Cook, for his part, has pledged a $500 billion investment in U.S. operations over the next few years. The developments have rekindled fears of trade instability, even as officials had previously suggested progress in global trade talks. Market reactions reflect investor uncertainty amid growing tensions between the U.S. and key trading partners.